Well, let's get started here. It's 10 o'clock, my time anyway. Uh, Welcome. Good morning. Welcome to Coffee with the Cowgirl. I am Breck Kruger. I'm so excited this morning to have Miss Kylie McLean with us. Kylie is a friend of ours. We've known her for a few years now. Kylie is the owner of Guard Diamond Quality Performance Horses. Kylie, how many years ago would you say it was that we met?
Oh, that was when we bought Ed, right?
Yeah.
Would it be four?
I feel like it was, yeah,
Five.
5. I think 5. It seems like it was a long time ago.
Oh, when was that? Because it was it was 4 years ago, because that was when my first year living down here when I got my visa. So it would be 5 years ago.
Well, Brandon and I met Kylie 5 years ago, or 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. Kylie bought one of my favorite horses from us, Ed, and little did we know that was the start of a really great friendship, relationship, business relationship. We're super glad that we made that connection. That's the best thing about horses, I think, is the people that you meet along the way and what can kind of unfold from them. So we had the pleasure to meet Kylie, and we've kind of kept in touch and done business ever since. So I seen Kylie last week in Reno, and I apologize for that there was no Coffee with the Cowgirl last week, but I guess I was a little road drunk and I just couldn't bring myself to do it. So we apologize for that. But I ran into Kylie, and so glad that I did. And I'm like, oh, she'd be awesome to interview. And since then, Kylie has had an amazing experience that we're going to talk about a little later in our show. So yeah, I'm going to hand the reins over to Kylie. Kylie, why don't you introduce yourself to our viewers? Tell them a little bit about you. Tell them about your background, where you came from, and where you are today.
Okay. Good morning. I'm Kylie McLean. But no, I'm originally from Canada. Mom started bringing us down to Arizona in like 2003. I was still in college, and I don't know, the first time I came down here, I was like, I need to live down here. I need to buy a place, and I want to be a trainer. So it took me a little while to get that all figured out, but I think it would have been, so it was like 7 years ago I met Roger. And then, so he's my business partner, helped me get started. I mean, I always did buy and sell horses, but in a very minimal, because that's all I could afford. And then I met Roger, and he allowed me to grow my business. That's when we started Bar Diamond, and then from Canada. So he sponsored me so I could get a visa and live down here full time. And so we started Bar Diamond, and here we are. Now I live in Arizona for full time. I love it. We train rope horses.
How many years?
I've kind of ventured out into doing different stuff, which how I met you guys, and Roby was the one who opened up the working cow horse thing to me.
Yeah.
So I've kind of took that avenue, which I guess led me down to the art of the cowgirl, which is super cool. And I guess we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But
how long have you lived in Arizona now, Kylie? Oh, Kylie? Are you there, Kylie?
So full time, I've lived down here for 5 years.
Nice. When I was kind of thinking about some questions for you today, and I don't know if I can say this or not. I can say it, but I don't want to offend anybody. But I mean, the roping industry is primarily dominated by men. Isn't that correct? Kylie? Kylie?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's completely. I entered. It's been
Say that
good.
again?
It's been cool. Can you hear me?
Yes, say what you said when I asked that question again.
Oh, yeah. Like if the team roping world is a man's world, it's 100% a man's world.
So I think that.
But I don't know. I love it.
Oh, I think is what I was going to say with that.
I've had to earn their respect, I guess.
Absolutely. That's what I was going to say, Kylie, is that's one of my favorite things about you is that you are relentless in the pursuit of your dream. And I think that in your head that you probably know that that is a man's world, and to break into that man's world and coming from Canada, so you didn't have established relationships, you didn't have established business, you had to build all that. And I just don't think like you take the attitude on like I'm going to do whatever it takes, and I'm not even going to think about that it's a man's world. I'm going to build my dream and I'm going to go do it, and I'm going to do it my way. I think that's who you are as a person. Can you hear us, Kylie?
Well, I'm not getting a very good connection right now.
This darn technology.
There,
Kylie, talk about.
Now?
I can, yes. Yes. Talk about how you built your business, because you built it from the ground up and you did it in an area that you were new to. So you had to build relationships, the foundation. Talk about that.
Okay.
Kylie is practicing today for the world finals roping in Arizona. So she's having some difficulties just getting a great connection. So hang with her here. Can you hear us, Kylie?
I can barely hear you, and I don't know why.
Jan, Kylie lives in Santan Valley. Today she is at 𝚆𝚘𝚕𝚕, which Ray is, he has he does the roping calves for the USTRC, I believe. So she's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. She's 5 miles from our property in Arizona, actually. Can you get it? Are you getting us, Kylie?
Can you hear me?
Yep. So I do know a little bit about Kylie's story. So while she's trying to figure out her technical stuff.
Oh. I think I got you better now.
Perfect. Can you hear us, Kylie?
I can hear you now.
Okay. Kylie, talk about building your business from the ground up when you started in Arizona and what that looked like, because you had to make business relationships, you had to make friends. I mean, people didn't know you. And how did you do that? Because as I said before, it's kind of a man's world. So what did that look like for you?
So, well, I guess like how I started it was, I mean, I just entered ropings, and I was always fortunate enough to always have a really nice rope horse. So then people would always talk to me about
Kylie's connection is really bad today. Unfortunately, sometimes technology is just not on our side, but I can kind of help fill in some of the gaps of Kylie's story. As she said, Kylie is from Canada. She was fortunate enough to get her visa to come and live in Arizona. Kylie's an extremely talented roper. I couldn't tell you what number she is, but I do know that she's had a lot of success, and a lot of success that's in an area that is primarily dominated by men. But Kylie is such a fearless and relentless woman. As I said before, we saw Kylie at the Reno Rodeo last week. We were watching an all women's roping, and here comes Kylie in the top 10, and we were so excited to see her. What was really cool is she was roping against some extremely tough and competitive women. She won the round, I think the short round. She won the short round. Amazing. Kylie's travel partner, Aaron, ended up drawing Jackie Crawford, which was way cool. Kylie, we're just talking a little bit about Reno and how everything went at Reno, and about Aaron drawing up Jackie Crawford.
that was so
right.
cool. And that was Erin's first big roping she ever entered. So that was I'm so proud of her. Like, I can't even express how proud I am of Erin for doing that, stepping out of her comfort zone.
Kylie travels with a bunch of amazing women, and those women who are so amazing are part of her team of Bar Diamond Quality Performance Horses. Is that right?
Yes.
Kylie?
Yeah, Erin is she's my right arm, my left arm. She's everything. She keeps me, sometimes I'm kind of out there, I guess. Erin keeps me grounded, level, keeps things running. She's more than my right-hand woman, I guess you per se. She's the mom of all of us. She keeps us in control.
Well, it is a lot. It's a lot. We were talking before we went live, and we're just both road weary. We've both been traveling a lot, and we talked about how much it takes out of you. So to have women on your team and your side who can help you with keeping everything organized, to be the mom, it's very helpful. Never hurt.
Helpful. No, it's awesome.
Kylie, now that we have a good connection, tell us about your story and about how you built that, because I think that, the one thing that we like to do with Coffee with a Cowgirl is, it's inspire, and it's give women hope that they can do that. They can go out and chase their dreams. And you are living proof of that, because you're a Canadian citizen who got her visa and got her ass to Arizona, and you built something out of nothing, really. I mean, right?
Yeah, and so the cool thing about that is my mom actually brought it to my attention. I don't know. She's like, "You've done good, Kylie. I left Canada with a truck and trailer and 9 head of horses and a wiener dog, and now I have a place. I just built a big fancy barn. I have my business. I got Shank, my other dog, so it's not just me and Millie anymore. And yeah, we built a whole life down here in Arizona." So when she said that kind of put it in perspective, and I was like, yeah, that is cool, but Arizona's opened up so many doors for me, and I've met so many cool people, like 𝚆𝚘𝚕𝚕. I mean, he opens his place up to me. We come rope with him. And, I always could ride and train a horse, but Ray helped me take it to the next level.
I was just going to say, you've surrounded yourself with people who are true competitors, and they push you to be better, and they teach you things to make you better. Would you say that?
Oh, 100%. And he pushes me to be better, and then too, and it always works. Like in the wintertime, I go home, ride at my arena, do my training, and then I always come into springtime, into summer, and I ride with him, and then he'll iron out all my little quirks that I picked up through the winter, and then we'll go through it again. But, he's taught me how to win better,
Talk
just
about
little
that.
things. Yeah,
Talk
so
about that.
just little things like an example was this winter. I came back like second or third high call in the 13, and before that, those past few weekends, I was breaking the barrier to win it or place really high or whatever. So I say to him right before my short round run, I say, "Oh man, Ray, I sure hope I don't break the barrier." He don't say anything to me. What do? I break the barrier to win the roping. So I come out back, and he took me aside, and he kind of ripped my butt, and he said, "Why would you say that? Why would you say, I hope I don't break the barrier?" And I was like, "I don't know." And he's like, "Yeah, because then you put that in your head." And he said, "You need to keep this. Like when you come back, so say there's 200 teams. I came back third high call. I'm the third best roper at that roping. So I deserve to win." So, and actually the force steer is the easiest steer to rope. That's the only one they pay you money. I mean, you got to rope 3 steers to get to that force steer. So in all reality, that's the easiest steer. And I mean, what do we do every day? We rope the horns. So that one should be easy to catch, but that's the one where it pays money, and you're like, "Oh my gosh, I hope I don't break the barrier. I hope I catch," And so after he told me that, now I'm like, when I come to the short round, I always say like, "Oh, whatever call, I'm the 3rd best roper, the 5th best roper here. All I do every single day of my life is rope horns, so that's pretty easy. So why wouldn't I catch the one to win the money?" And so that's kind of my mentality when I go into the short round.
That's great. That is really great advice, Kylie, and something that my best friend just put on here. Yes, this is what we do, Brack. And it's like my greatest weakness, I feel like, because for some reason, every time you go to the finals, that's when I become the most nervous, and you're exactly right. It's the time when you shouldn't be nervous because you've done the work to get there, and it should be easy peasy. You should be able to put it in the bag after that, right?
Well, yeah, because especially that's one that they're going to pay you the money on. Mm-hmm. So it's like, why wouldn't you catch this one?
I love
the only
that.
one you're getting paid on. So yeah, so Ray has really taught me how to win, and he's kind of took me under his wing, and like he told me, he said, "You get it good. 30 years of doing this, I had to trial and error it. And now I can tell you, like, hey, don't do this, because I know why, because I went through the trial and error process,
Yeah.
So I'm so fortunate that I've always met such cool people, and I've always had such good people in my life that have allowed me to fulfill my dreams. I mean, and then there's Roger. I mean, he allows me to ride the best horses that money can buy, you know what I mean, on prospects. And I mean, that's what led us to you guys, and all the best horses I've had have came from you guys. And what I've learned from those horses from you guys, like, do you remember when I wanted to enter that first Art of the Cowgirl, and I called you and Brandon, and I was just like, "Do you think I can do it? Do you think?" And you guys are like, "Yeah, do it." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, you really think so?" Yeah. And so, like, stepping out of my comfort zone because I had that cool horse was so cool. Like, I just am fortunate.
Well, so let's talk about that, Kylie. So Kylie is a badass team roper, period. She's a freaking amazing trainer. She can do amazing things to make these horses rope and put you in the right positions. Now, Kylie had no experience doing cow horse events, correct, Kylie?
No, very correct.
None. But because Kylie has grit, determination, she's fearless, and she's willing to put herself out there. We sold her a horse named Roby, and he was an extremely talented cow horse. And we knew that he would give Kylie the confidence because he'd been there and done that, and he knew the positions to put her in, but he would also teach her a lot of things. And Kylie had the opportunity to go to the Art of the Cowgirl competition, which is, you taught Roby how to rope, correct? Kylie? Kylie, you taught Roby how to rope, right? Can you hear me, Kylie?
Oh, there we go. I can hear you now.
Okay. You taught Roby how to rope, right?
Yes, yeah. Yeah, so we turned him into a head heel breakaway horse. And he was amazing.
So
but he had,
in that Cowgirl thing, what did you have to do? You had to do roping?
Yeah, so, but I entered that world's greatest. So you had to reining, herd work, fence work, and then steer stopping.
Yes.
So the only thing I really knew how to do was steer stopping.
And
I mean, I grew up on a ranch, so like I know how to cut a cow or work a cow, but I'd never done it in like the arena, you know, and it's a lot different than out on the ranch than it is the herd work in the arena.
It was so cool because that was kind of your first all-around competition. And was that the one that you won, or you were second? Like, you won the women's?
Well, that year I didn't do as good, but it's so funny because I didn't know, like, you show up and lope those horses till they're super tired. You know what I mean? I didn't know. I showed up team open style 30 minutes before the deal, and away we went. But this last year when I did it, well, this year, I guess, in January when I entered it, that I took it a lot more serious, and I went and rode with a cutter, and I went and rode with a cow horse person, and I called you guys multiple times. So I would show up, like the girl who was helping me with the cutting said, you know, you need to get there like an hour and a half before and lope your horse. And I was like, so I'm supposed to lope my horse for like an hour and a half before the show? She's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, then I guess I'll do that, which was super cool because I scored good in the herd work, and I scored good in the reining, and I had a decent fence work. And then in the event that I was supposed to do really good in, the steer stopping, we didn't do as good, and we missed the top 10 by like 5 points or something. So that was actually really heartbreaking to me because that would have been the coolest thing. And I know, like, I get to ride a lot of cool horses, but I don't know if I'll ever have one as cool as Roby.
That's cool.
So that was fun.
So you just got back from the Art of the Cowgirl, which the Art of the Cowgirl is filled with amazing horsewomen. Would you not agree?
Oh, like top of the line. And it's so funny because the first one we ever went to, and the guys came and watched, and they're like, oh yeah, we're going to go watch an all women's ranch rodeo. Like, how fun is this? And they watched it, and they're like,
damn.
So all those girls are way handier than we are. It's so cool. The elite amount of the handy women that are at that Art of the Cowgirl is like, I mean, you can't even put words into it. It's crazy. Like, it's
how many Art of the Cowgirls have you done, Kylie, leading up to this one?
What's that? Sorry?
How many Art of the Cowgirls have you entered leading up to this one?
I still didn't get that.
So how many Art of the Cowgirls have you entered into before leading up into this one?
Before this one. So this was the third year of the Art of the Cowgirl, and then they had one in January, and then they just had this one in Bozeman in June. So it's the third one. This was the fourth one that I went to, but the third year of them doing it. And then now I guess they're gonna go to Fort Worth too in October, and then come back to Queen Creek again in January. So our team already got it, because they're only taking the top, only 10 teams, so we got an invite already down there.
Awesome.
So that's super cool. And then they're going to do a super horse thing, so I think I'm going to get Mr. Ed Jr. ready for the super horse, which that horse is from you guys.
Yes.
You know what? Actually, I qualified for us to make the finals at the deal for the Ranch Rodeo. I rode Ed in the I rode him to qualify, which was super cool, because we had to soar and then rope and do all that. So Ed is what got me qualified for the finals at the Art of the Cowgirl. So that was super cool, because thanks to you guys is why I have Ed.
I ran into Kylie, as I said, in Reno by chance. We didn't know that Kylie was going to be there, and she was literally, we saw her, she roped, and they had to leave because they had to get out to Bozeman for Art of the Cowgirl. And we caught her outside, and she's like, "Oh, I'm so excited." She said, we're going to go compete in the Women's Ranch Rodeo. And she's like, "It's been a dream of mine for a long time to win that." And then we seen over the weekend that she filled that dream. So how cool is that? And talk about the events that you had to do, Kylie, what it meant to you to win it, and just the experience in itself.
So the first day, like, to qualify for the short round, there was sorting. So they timed you on the sorting. And then from there, after you're done sorting, you kick 3 steers out. And then you got to take like a 1-minute break, get your ropes ready. And then you had to doctor one of the 3 and then team rope the other 2. And it sounded really easy, but it was actually kind of hard. Like our bar diamond team, we sorted really good, and then we just kind of got in a hurry, and you only had a total of 8 loops, so you could only have 2 misses. So like, it actually was kind of hard. So the bar diamond team, we went out, and then our other team, Pitchfork team, they went out, and then the bar G team, we just said, "Okay, girls, slow down." So we sorted really good, which we ended up winning the sorting.
Yeah.
So that was good, because they paid, like, you get paid go around. So we won the sorting, and then we got our steers down. But yeah, like, it was a lot tougher than when we were just watching it, like, "Oh, well, that's easy. Doctor 1, team rope 2. We got this one." It was actually it was a little bit more challenging. And then come the short round, they switched up the event. So they made a smaller pen, and it was branding, and then doctoring and team rope. And so then, of course, Red Cloud was there, and that's my good head horse. And I was like, well, if it's just strictly roping events, I got a Red Cloud. Yeah. So I rode him, but we were good. So we were good in the doctoring, and then we were good in the branding, and then it came to the doctoring, and we had a little bit of trouble on the ground. Megan had to wrestle it down. I mean, the steer almost got up, and I was saying to her, "Don't let it up, don't let it up," and she's laying underneath of it. It was kind of really funny. But anyway, so we got that down, and then it came to the team rope, and we were the second to the last team, so it was just everyone else had missed. So it was us and that team had a little bit on us, and then we got our team rope and steers down, and they ended up missing, so which then we won it, and it was the coolest. I don't know if I've ever wanted to win a team roping as bad as I wanted to win that. I mean, I couldn't talk to any of the girls, and I had dry mouth so bad. Like, I'd never ever get that intense, but I have been wanting to win that ever since they had it, and so we got it done. And my team, so it was me and Megan Gunter, Lonnie Downton, and Jessie Farr. And I never knew, I've known Lonnie, actually I sold her a horse. I knew her, but I don't know her. So Megan had called her, and got them to come up. And then Jessie, I just met her up there, and she's a handy little thing. And then I've known Megan forever. I mean, we're really good friends, and we're on the Bar Diamond team together and stuff. So it's just so cool.
That is amazing, Kylie. So happy for your success with that. Wishing you the best of luck in October. How cool is that?
I'm excited about that. Yeah, I'm really excited.
Very cool. Before, just as we wrap it up, Kylie, I just wanted to ask you a couple questions. Do you have any advice or little nuggets of wisdom that you can share with the viewers on following their dreams, maybe, or doing good in this horse industry? Anything? What's helped you?
Yeah, like, I mean, well, my mom's always told me the sky's the limit. We can do anything we absolutely want to. So if that's what you want to do, like, I wanted to train horses and I wanted to enter into the men's world, and I did. And I'm very fortunate to have so many of the correct people behind me, you know what I mean? But we can do anything. So, I mean, we put our mind to it. You just go and do it. And then, surround yourself with great people, because without army, I mean, we can't do it by ourselves. You have to have that army behind you. You know, like, you just have to have good people behind you to help you.
That is the deal, Kylie. I do 100% agree with that. You have to surround yourself with good people who are not only, they have to be both mentally and physically good for your life, because if you don't, especially mentally, if you hang around with people who are mentally draining or, tear you down, you'll never get to where you want to go, because you'll listen to them and not your heart.
No. 100%. And that is another thing, like, follow your heart. Your heart knows what you want, if that's what you want to do. But like those good people, you need to have people that think you're better than what you are, really, right? Because then they lift you up and you're like, well, they say I can do it, I can do it. And so and I have those good people. They always say, oh, you can do it. Oh, and then you have to step out of your comfort zone 100%. Whoa. Like, I've stepped out of my comfort zone so much. And when you fulfill that thing, there's nothing of a better feeling than that.
I listen to a lot of motivational stuff, and they always tell, like, a lot of successful people will say, step out of your comfort zone so much that it just feels natural to do it on a daily basis. So
100%. And like, I actually live off of, I love it when people tell you can't do something. You're like, oh, really? I can't do it?
It feels your fire.
And then it just feels it, and you're just like, oh yeah, I can do this. And then you just do it, and then you're like, see, I can do that. You know what I mean? So yeah, I love it. I love it so much. Wow. I'm very blessed, and I'm very lucky, and I don't take any day for granted, because I am able to live my dream and do exactly what I wanted. And so I'm thankful every day for that.
I agree, Kylie. Another thing, just a quick question, is I think that it means something different for everybody, but another reason that I started this show was just because, sometimes with all the different layers of life, you stray from what you love and what you know and your passions. And be the cowgirl that you want to be has become my tagline, because I think it's super important to never forget who you are and go back to it. So what does be the cowgirl you want to be mean to you?
I don't know. I just, I don't really know. I've always wanted to, like, roping is my passion. So, like, I want to do the best I can when I rope, and I don't really know. I want to live my dream and just stay on track, do what I'm doing. I love being a horse trainer. So, and then if I can help people along the way, that's my biggest thing too, because I've had so many people help me. So if I can help somebody else follow their dreams, I love that.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much for joining me this morning, Kylie. I appreciate it more than you'll ever know. You're a tremendous person. You've got a heart of gold and a drive and work ethic that's amazing. What you've built for yourself in Arizona is something that you should really be proud of. It's an inspiration to a lot of other women. So thank you. Thank you everybody for joining us this morning. Next week, I'm pretty excited because I'm going to have somebody on with me that I've wanted to have on since the first time I met her, and I've only met her once. We've become fast friends, as she would say. Her name is 𝚆𝚕𝚕 and she is from Texas. 𝚆𝚕𝚕 has an amazing story. It's a story filled with heartache, addiction, empowerment, and faith. And I'm going to talk to 𝚆𝚕𝚕 about her story and how she faced down her addiction, how she made a change in her life for the better for her kids. It's such an amazing story. It's a hard story, but it's an amazing story. And when I asked her if she would share it with me on Coffee with the Cowgirl, she said, absolutely. I'm like, I know this is going to be really hard, but she said, absolutely, because God gave me this story to share with others, to help them. And I think that it's something that a lot of women may go through, or I think that somebody might be dealing with it. So the fact that maybe her story will be the hope or the inspiration that you need to continue on with your life, your journey, whatever, it's a good one. So I hope you join me next week at 10. We'll be back here on Thursday. So I hope everybody has an amazing 4th of July. Once again, thank you so much, Kylie, for joining me. I really appreciate it. Good
Sorry
luck.
About the connection.
We got it. It worked good when you went to your truck.
Yeah, exactly. And it was cooler in here, so it was good.
Well, thank you everybody for joining us. We hope that you have a great 4th of July. Please be safe and enjoy your friends and family. Thank you. Have a great weekend.
Bye.